صلوا على محمد وعلى محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد.
So I'm taking a break from giving everyone lessons about the Quran and just talking about my trip to Hajj. I don't really like talking much about my trips and what I do and stuff, but I thought since this was a pilgrimage, I kind of owe it to everyone to kind of talk about it a little bit. Okay, so this was my second Hajj, and I'll take you through a bit of my journey. It's actually pretty boring, but I'll try and make it as exciting as possible. I'll add a bit of spices and herbs to the stories. Half of it's pretty much pictures of food, and then the rest is just what I do. Okay, so I started off with, at the airport, right? We left at about midnight, and a couple of my friends came. Khalid was one of them. So I went with my dad, who's not in the picture, you'll see him a bit later, and the second from the left, his name is Idris. And so, a few of my friends came. One of them, while I was sitting here, preparing my lecture, waiting for me to give my lecture, he goes, "Is there any pictures of me in there?" I'm like, "But you didn't come Hajj with me." He's like, "Yeah, but what about the airport?" He's already bright as a tomato. and I go, yeah. I put that picture in, and he looks at me and he goes, "You tell everyone, that's my best friend." and I go, "Okay, I'll tell him. And he goes, "Do you have a laser pointer?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think I have a laser." He goes, "You point that laser at me." So, my best friend is that one right there. He's over there as well. Okay, just so you know. Alright, have I done my duties? Okay, I'm happy. And Amir as well, his brother, Kayla and Talib as well, who are also my best friends, but not as best star. So we went to the airport, and it's really funny how that happened, because with online check-in these days, you can check in online, your tickets, you print your itinerary, and you only have to be there like an hour and a half before. You check in your luggage, and you pretty much just wait a little bit, half an hour, you go to the boarding gate, and then you wait to board. But my dad, for some reason, I didn't understand at the time, he really wanted to go like 4 hours early. I'm like, "Why, Dad? We can online check-in." He's like, No, I don't like online check-in. I'm like, "But we can only be, we can be there an hour and a half earlier." He's like, No, just in case we have to take our bags in, let's just go. I'm like, and I didn't want to fight, because in Hajj, when you're in Ihram, you're wearing the white, you can't argue with believers. You just can't. If you do, you actually have to end up, it's a sin, and you might have to end up paying some kafara. So I'm like, "Okay, let me train myself. I won't argue with my dad. I'll just listen to whatever he says." And we went like 4 hours early to the airport. And I went there, and then after we put in our bags, these are my friends. Obviously, my dad's not here. He zoomed off. As he was running off, I'm like, "Dad, where are you going?" He's like, "Oh, I'm going to the business class lounge." I realized that he's got this sort of like a pass. Not that we went on business class on the way there, but if you fly often enough, he flies a lot in work. If you get points, you get to use the business class lounge. So then I understood why he wanted to do it, because he wanted to enjoy the business class. He went and had a shower, ate, slept, used the internet, and he's allowed to let one person in as well. He has a pass to let one person in, so he let me in. Poor Idris sometimes had to wait for us while we enjoyed the business class lounge. He was waiting in the arrival gate or the departure gate. But it was good, because we got to have food like this. So, they give you chocolate, and you can't really see the screen quality, but the cheese was amazing, and it was really nice food. So we get to go to the airport and have a bit of food. So this was one of the luxuries on our way to Hajj. Then we went to Malaysia. So we went transit into Malaysia 1.5 days. And the first food place I saw was Al-Baik, which is actually also in Saudi Arabia. Now, people who have gone Hajj and have an interest in food, like myself, you'll know Al-Baik. Al-Baik is one of the most popular fast food outlets in Saudi Arabia, and they treat you like horribly. You go in there, right, and they've got a security guard at the front, and it's really funny. It's got like the full army outfit, and he's got a badge of a chicken on here, and he takes his job really seriously. And the way you make your order, you get a ticket, and then you have to go to another counter and show them your ticket. But in Arab countries, in the Arab culture, there's no such thing as order. Yeah. So it's basically who can stretch their hand out the furthest and show them the ticket. And literally sometimes they'll look at you, they'll look at your ticket, and they'll just turn away and go serve someone, even if you're before the other person. So it's not the best experience. I refused to go and beg after my first Hajj. My friend went there and he had a pretty bad experience because he's never really encountered that sort of thing. He started throwing tickets of people away and he's like, you can't do this. And anyway, he never went and begged again either. But it's really nice food. Okay, we saw this in Malaysia. I didn't bother going in there, but I just thought it was interesting. Now, I went shopping as well, and the fashion sense in Malaysia is pretty interesting. They had singlets with the Nazi sign on there. I don't know why they have that. I don't know if they know. I'm pretty sure they do, but anyway. Yeah, shopping was pretty interesting there.
Well, you know, the Nazis actually stole that from Buddhists.
Oh, did they?
So, yeah.
Okay, maybe they just Buddhists. Actually, I've seen a few Iranians as well in Iran wear it. I think they had close ties with that. So anyway, I don't want to answer that. But anyway, this was the Twin Towers. I forget what they're called, but this is only one tower. The other tower's on the other side, so I couldn't get a good picture of the Twin Towers. But that's one of the Twin Towers. And we went there. Sorry?
KLCC.
KLCC, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that from the station. This was actually a restaurant. I'll show you a video later, but it was called Ayers Rock. It was actually a really Australian restaurant in Malaysia. And it's really funny because in Malaysia, this was actually in the Twin Towers area. In Malaysia, you know how in Australia you go to the restaurants and you look for the halal certificate or halal sign? In Malaysia, they have signs saying not halal. So we actually struggled to, because it was a Western kind of area, we struggled to find a halal place. We went, is this halal? And they're like, not halal. We're like, what, halal? We're like, not halal. So yeah, and then we found this one. This was an Aussie restaurant, and they had like, for some reason they have cowboy hats, and they have a picture of Uluru, and they had like even didgeridoos and pictures of Aboriginal style paintings, which is pretty cool. In the background they had Human Nature songs playing, so it was pretty cool. And they had Heinz tomato sauce as well, so it was actually really nice. Now this is in the towers. I didn't manage to get a good shot, but they had to show you like a quick video of like a training video of going up into the towers. The way that the screen worked was there was like mist blowing out, okay, and then a projector shining on it, and you couldn't even tell where the projector was. But it was really cool technology, and you could walk through it as well, so it was pretty cool. Inshallah one day you guys get to go. So that was on there. That's me and Eddie on the towers taking pictures. This was a map of the place. There's 143 pictures, so I'm kind of going to go a bit fast. That's my dad trying to take selfies of himself. I should have bought him a selfie stick or something like that. One time he was full on the floor, like, taking a picture. It's really funny. Yeah, Red Bull. People in Oman know I'm really into Red Bull as well. And it was good because they had a lot of variety of Red Bull. They had this, the smaller golden can of Red Bull, smaller, and it has no fizz in it, which was really cool. Similar taste to the other one. Pizza. People also know me know I love pizza. Now Papa John's was really good because what happens is you get to have the pizza and they give you this garlic dip, garlic sauce dip. So the crust, because I never eat the crust. But with the crust you can dip it into the garlic sauce and then eat it. So it was really cool and it gave me really nice breath after. That's another Red Bull can. Okay, you can see food was a big part of my trip. Big part of my trip. That was Burger King in the restaurant.
Did you end up going to Hajj at all?
Finally, this is Medina.
Two pictures.
I'm trying to make it as exciting as possible. Okay, so we get to Jeddah, and this is the site that I didn't like to see. Those who've been Hajj will know the traditional clothes of I call them the religious police in Hajj, is that they wear the white dishdasha with the red and white agal. Is that what they call it? Yeah. And they're all over the place there. As soon as I got there, I'm like, oh man, I really don't want to be here. because they give you a hard time, and I'll explain a bit later. So that was Jeddah Airport. We managed to get through pretty quickly. We went with the Hamid Dar es Salaam, but we didn't actually go with them on the plane. We met them there in Medina. We managed to get to our hotel. Some guy helped us out. It was a pretty nice hotel. So it was me, my dad, and Eddie in one room. That picture at the top looks really cool until you get really close, and you can see they've printed it with a normal printer, and the pixels are really bad. But from far, it looks really cool. Okay, do we need to turn the light off? Or
Yes, we do.
Okay. So this is so our first destination was Medina, was it? Okay, that's better. So yeah, our first destination was Medina. Now, unfortunately, just like Mecca, there's a lot of construction going on in Medina as well. And thank God we missed all the sandstorms. I don't know if you saw it in the news, but there was a lot of sandstorms. First in Medina, then in Mecca. We missed both of them. We arrived after it got to Medina. When we were in Medina, it happened in Mecca. This is one of my favorite shots. So you see those things here? They're kind of like umbrellas. They open up and close. Maybe we'll see it a bit later, but this is one of the coolest things that they've done in Saudi Arabia. So when it's really sunny, they open it up and then they close into little pillars. They kind of look like that thing. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And the whole thing is like marble floor. It's pretty big. If you've been to Imam al-Qibla, it's kind of like that very big open area until you get to the actual masjid. So this is the grave of Rasulullah. And that one is Abu Bakr and Umar bin al-Khattab. What's with the... Yeah, so it's those two. That's one of the police guys making sure that nobody touches it, because touching it is bid'ah, haram, shirk, blah blah blah. Okay? There's a little like barrier there as well, so that if you want to touch it, you have to really reach over. So it's not easy to do. There's actually this barrier, and then where I am, another barrier here. So I'm in the second section, so I was a bit far away. It's much easier to get through to this one. To get close where these guys are, you have to wait a long time, and I'll show you a bit later. Here is still the masjid. So this is Friday prayers. Friday prayers was a nightmare, because not in the sense that it's not good to do Friday prayers, but being there is chaos. So we went there, and we couldn't find anywhere to pray. And we ended up praying on stairs, basically. And the khutbah was just hadith from Bukhari and Muslim. So it was just a very monotonous type of lecture. I didn't feel any depth in it. But it was still, he had a nice voice at least. So this is outside. The hard part about praying is, number one, there's no spot. And number two, if you go to a place where there's no shade, then basically you're going to burn. It's you know in summer days, if you walk bare feet on the tiles, you're pretty much finished. Your feet will burn. Now imagine doing sujood on that. So it's really really hot. But we managed to go inside and then on the stairs. So it's pretty packed out in Friday prayers, but it's still nice.
Yeah. How do you fit in being on Shia praying?
I'll get to that. Yeah, I think I'll get to that. Well, look. Firstly, hands down, it's not that unusual because the Maliki madhab, they pray with their hands down. In terms of the turba, everything's made of marble, so you can pray on marble as well, prostrate on marble. And qunut, for example, is not wajib, so you can bypass that. Probably the only time that they're going to recognize your Shia is if you pull out a dua book, and that's probably when they'll give you a bit of trouble. Usually you're okay. So unless you're trying to touch a grave or something like that, or pull out a dua book, you're usually okay. And that's the same thing. That's at night. Okay, so that's up here. That's the qubba, the dome of Rasulullah. Actually, I don't know what the silver one is. Does anyone know? Hajj Al-Ansari, Hajj Muhammad, do you know what the silver dome is?
That depends on who built it.
Yeah.
It's because it was built by Uthman. This is the green is the actual, and the other one is the Uthmani.
Uthmani, okay. So that was in the Ottoman period?
Yeah.
Okay. And also up there on the green thing, there's a little bulge, or I don't know what you call it. There's a little patch over there. There's a myth. I don't know if it's a true myth or a false myth, but apparently one day somebody went up there to blow up the dome. Lightning struck him. They couldn't get him off, so they just put cement over him and left it in. That's the story that everyone tells each other when they see that boulder. I don't know if it's true. Okay, that's inside. Now inside is pretty cool. That's all just water tanks, but the design is really nice. It's a long hallway. Now, you guys have probably seen this on Facebook, maybe. You might have or might not have. Now, I went looking for this. Inside the masjid, there's actually the names of all of the 12 imams, alayhim salam. Starting from Imam Ali, ending with Imam al-Mahdi, Ajjallah ta'ala farajah sharif. Why their names are there, I don't have the answer to that, but their names are there. Subhanallah. Maybe it was a political thing, I don't know.
Don't talk too loudly about it or they'll get taken down.
Yeah,
This is again from the Uthmani time, never changed since.
Okay, so from the Ottoman period. Okay. So this is Imam al-Askari here. I took a picture of that. I'll show you a video a bit later as well. But yeah, they're everywhere. Usually, it's actually mostly in one period, in one area, circular, square area. This is one of the doors of Rasulullah. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the masjid. I really like this one. This is actually pretty big, so I got my dad as a scale. My dad's pretty small though, so but yeah, that's what like included Muhammad and in there Rasulullah. It's really cool. It's gold and stuff. So
How did you reach there?
How
did you reach there? They didn't allow us.
I don't know. Maybe it was love. Sometimes we wandered into places. I don't know how we got in. And then when we tried to get out, it was very easy to get out, but hard for other people to get in.
Are you allowed to take pictures in there? Or
you used to not be able to. Last Hajj I went to was very difficult to take pictures. Now, with the technology, alhamdulillah, new bid'ahs coming out, like mobile phones, they pretty much can't control it. So they kind of let it slide. But if you go to certain sensitive areas, like near the Prophet, and especially Jannatul Baqi, the place where 4 of our imams are buried, as well as a lot of companions and wives, they are a bit more strict there as well. But before they used to like pull stuff off you, now they just pretty much tell you to put it away. And also they have a lot of mobile phones and lost property. Again, this is near Rasulullah, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, another picture. Now this is a stray cat. This was. You guys remember the story that I told you last week? I'm not going to repeat it. If you guys didn't hear it, you missed out because it was my favorite story in Hajj. While that happened, when I was walking off, I saw this, and this was a poor man. Well, I don't know if he was poor actually, but he was just eating there, and there was a cat looking at his food, and every now and then it would come and he would shoo it away, and come and shoo it away. For me, it was very fascinating to just watch. At the mosque of the Prophet, even how you deal with other creatures that are not human was very fascinating for me to watch how people dealt with them. And it reminds me when I was at one of the most touching moments for me was when I was on Jabal Nur, the mountain where the Prophet received the first revelation. And there was a few stray cats there, and one of the times I fed a stray cat water, and it was very touching for me to do that in that sort of area. But I washed my hand a lot after that because you never know where they've been as well, because they don't have owners. And we saw mountain goats there and stuff. Like, yeah, I'll get to Jordan a bit later. So yeah, waiting patiently, but in the end, I don't think it got any food. Again, this was okay. So this was on our way to Jannatul Baqi for the first time. So the best time to go is probably just after morning prayer. So here is, if you guys have seen, the people who have seen it, there's a bit of a ramp. Now, once you go up the ramp, the top of the ramp, I'm actually facing back towards the main mosque area, and I just took a picture. And it's sad because they make it a bit difficult to get in, and actually women are not allowed in at all. And you'll see a lot of women really affected by that, and you'll see them reading dua behind pillars, because if they see you standing there in one spot, they'll tell you to move. So yeah, it was a bit difficult to watch, to see that. So inside you go in, and then in, I think, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different languages, it starts talking about how the Prophet, the etiquette of visiting a grave in their point of view. Basically telling us that there's not much value in visiting these graves. In essence, that's what they're trying to say. Yes, okay, visit, but don't put too much effort and worth and value into it. That's the essence of what they're trying to say in 5 different languages, because I think they got tired of telling people bid'ah shirk and all that sort of stuff, so they put a big sign.
The guys standing up there.
Sorry?
They don't stand up there anymore, do it?
They do, but in certain places only. Inshallah, I'll get to that. That's it in Arabic. Important notice for visitors. Yeah, that's English. Yep. It's a bit fuzzy, unfortunately. So yeah, you can see there Muslim, Tirmidhi, and that's in Turkish, saying a few hadiths about how you're all going to hell, pretty much. So in there as well is the uncle of the Prophet, Abbas, and a few others. I actually forget, I have a bad memory. Over here is the 4 Imams. Imam al-Sijjad, Imam al-Baqir, Imam al-Sadiq, and Imam al-Hasan alayhim al-afdal salatu wassalam. So yeah, so this is, actually it used to be 2 parts, from memory, from what I read, it used to be 2 parts. The part where the initial Muslims built, and then there was another part where the Jews were built. It was a Jewish cemetery. In the end, they broke down the walls and made it all one cemetery. Am I correct? No?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So it's basically, you go to, usually when you visit shrines, it's really nice and pretty, and it used to be pretty. Some of them were really pretty, but they flattened it. The government of Saudi Arabia, may Allah curse them, flattened it, and pretty much just put stones there. So if you go and ask them, there's some that are still kind of, you can tell that it's special. And when you ask them, whose is this? Whose grave is this? Or whose shrine is this? The people that work there, that is, they say Allahu A'lam. We don't know who it is. Obviously, there's something special about it, they know who it is, but they say Allahu A'lam. Move on. Pretty much there's nothing here to see. They say, in the end, they're all dust and they're all bones. They're all the same. They're all in the dirt. Move on. Don't put too much value into this. So don't bother asking him who's who. You have to pretty much go and do your research or bring some sort of a map with you, because they don't give a damn. And people throw seeds and stuff, and there's a lot of pigeons there. It's a massive cemetery. I can only take a few angles of it, so yeah. I believe, from memory, this was the grave of one of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ, by the name of Uthman ibn Mad'un, who was a great companion of the Prophet. He died, I think, in one of the early battles, Badr or Uhud, I can't remember. He was also the brother through breastfeeding of the Prophet as well. I really don't remember which pictures these were. That's me in my dish dash. So back there you can see the dome of the Prophet, and we're in Jannatul Baqi'. This one is the grave of, from memory, Ibrahim, the son of the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet had a son by the name of Ibrahim that died in infancy, and one of the reasons of revelation of Surah Al-Kawthar was revealed about this, because when Ibrahim ﷺ died, people would mock the Prophet, saying, where's your progeny? Your lineage is cut. And that's when Surah Al-Kawthar was revealed. And so that's his grave there. And see, you can see that this is something special about this one, yeah?
Is there standing there?
And of course, you've got 2 very pious men standing there or sitting sometimes. And you know, there's always big crowds, and you ask them who it is, they say move on. Every now and then they'll debate. SubhanAllah, they know every single language. If a Pakistani person comes, he'll speak Urdu. If a Persian, Iranian comes, they'll speak Persian. If an Arab comes, and they know their books, you know, they know their hadiths and stuff. They're very efficient, and they do it in such a way that you don't want to talk to them. So they're very good in the way they speak. That they shut you up and tell you to move on. So yeah, this is them pretty much telling these guys, this one here, he's going to hell and he's going to hell as well. Yeah, so that's him there, almost catching me on my camera, and that's his seat over here. Okay, over there is al-Baneen, the wife of Imam Ali alayhi salam, with a couple of other people there. I can't remember who else is there as well. This is actually inside my hotel, having lunch. That's the view that I got. So you can see over there is the dome of the Prophet. This is also a few pictures. Okay, this is another stray cat that I saw. Now, I took this picture on purpose because I remembered, not the first time I saw a cat, but this time when I saw a cat, I remembered my uncle. He told me, you know, every time you go Hajj, people come up to you and they say, you know, don't forget us in your dua. And I actually tried to write a list, but obviously I probably would have forgotten some people. But I got that list out and I made dua for those people. But my uncle did something very clever. He says, I know you're going to forget me in dua, but, when you see a cat, remember me and make dua for me. So, very clever. So I saw this cat, I remembered, I took a picture, sent to him, and I said, I'm going to make dua for you now. And he really appreciated it. So that's a clever way of you know, next time if somebody goes Hajj, say something along those lines, they won't forget you.
I'm gonna say you should say to them every time you see religious belief, make dua.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of dua there. Okay. Okay. That was about the second time. Okay, this is Uhud. This is Uhud. This is the place, the second war that the Muslims had, the Muslimin had with the polytheists. This is where the Muslims technically lost the battle, and Hamza alayhi salam passed away or was killed by Wahshi, who was ordered by Hind, the wife of Abu Sufyan, to spear him basically. And she cut open his chest and so on and so forth, tried to eat his liver, very graphic. So this is the place that it all happened. This is the actual, apparently this is the mountain. We went up there and did dua, it was really nice. But with everything in Saudi Arabia, it's becoming a bit more, I don't know, either they don't put any value in it and they don't build it up. And when they don't do that, they'll usually send a lot of poor people there to set up stores, to make it like a market. It's all to devalue these sacred areas. So you know, there's a lot of shops and stuff and people selling stuff. Over there was somebody wrote something, but I can't remember what. It looked like, you know, the Hollywood sign. Somebody put something there, I can't remember. I think it was Allah or something like that. It was pretty cool, but my camera quality sucked. So it's there. This is what seemed to be a mosque near Uhud. And when I was reading the ziyarah, it said go and pray 2 rak'ats in a mosque, but it looks like it's been demolished. I don't know if this is the mosque that the ziyarah is talking about or whether it's the second one that's been built, the other one was demolished, but yeah. So this is all the market stalls in Uhud. You can see it's become almost like a junk land. It's really not nice. In here is the shrine of Hamza. So you can see they fenced all of this off, and actually this is the only area that doesn't have a tinted glass on top of it. You can barely see it now. And this is the only place that I could find where you could kind of look into it. It's a bit sad. Again, to devalue it so that you can't go and do ziyarah and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's it. This is
Qiblatain, yeah.
Huh?
Is that Qiblatain?
Yeah, I think this is Masjid al-Qiblatain. This is the masjid in the Quran where the Prophet was facing Masjid al-Muqaddas in Jerusalem, and he was praying towards that, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed that he should change his direction towards the Kaaba and start praying that way. I've got about 10 minutes left, so I'm going to speed it up. Okay? That's it there.
That's Cuba.
That's Qubba?
Yeah.
Okay. I forget. I have bad memory. Yeah, I think you're right. So that's just a few pictures. It doesn't have a roof there. Okay, this is the Rawda. This is basically the place between the shrine of the Prophet. I'm back in Medina now. This is between the shrine of the Prophet and his pulpit. Okay? Now in here, it's pretty much like a... I'm surprised there wasn't a stampede here either. Actually, there kind of was. Basically, what they do is they fence off certain parts of it. When they let out a certain group from next to the shrine of the Prophet, they open up the gates, that group goes through, then the next group will go through into that other section, and so on and so forth. Every time they lift up the gates, it's like a stampede. One guy got trampled on there, but he managed to be okay. So basically people ran over him. He got up, you know, he was like dazed and everything, and you have to wait there pretty much an hour. And he was probably maybe the next one to get in. He got trampled. His friend, picked him up, you okay, blah, blah, blah. And then he ends up going, that's it, I've had enough, I'm getting out of here. And his friend, who's been waiting there for an hour, was like, no, you're fine. There's no blood or nothing. And so they had a bit of a, he was trying to stay because they're waiting there an hour, and this guy had enough. Another guy dropped his mobile phone, didn't speak Arabic. He's like, mobile. Eventually somebody picked it up and gave it to him. Somebody's glasses fell. It's not pretty. The thing is you're going to visit Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but instead you're pretty much fighting with people. I met a couple of guys from Uganda and Nigeria. We had a nice chat. They're very nice people. Africans actually have bad reputation in Hajj. In fact, when the stampede actually happened, the first people that were blamed were the Africans, because they're either some of the big guys where they walk with their elbows like this, and they pretty much just want to get through, or they're the nicest people you'll ever meet. Very calm, very soft, make friends with everyone. And the ones that walk like this, even their women, mashallah. I mean, even I had to get out of their way. When you're doing circumambulation of the Kaaba, you're going, what is it, anti-clockwise, yeah? When they want to get out, they don't give a damn, these women that I saw. They were going the opposite way, and they were like, going like this and like this. So you kind of have to get out of their way. Mashallah. They know how to hold their ground. So this is the niche in which they pray, and that's next to the Prophet. Again, that's when I was closer. I was next to that barrier over here. That's my dad in Ihram. So now we're finally in Ihram of Hajj al-Tamattu, the big Hajj. He looks so cute there. This is the first time he's wearing it. He really struggled holding it together, but he managed. And then this is the first time seeing the Kaaba. So this is Hajj al-Tamattu, I think. I can't remember, to be honest. I think it was al-Tamattu. Yeah. This is the first time heading towards the Kaaba. Look, this is all the construction that's happening. It's really ugly. For somebody coming for the first time, maybe it's not, but somebody who's already been there and seen it without so many cranes, it's really ugly, really ugly. So this is the Dajjal Tower that I call it, right? It's got the big. This was built basically by the king of Saudi Arabia. I don't know why it's got this symbol up there. It reminds me of, what is it, the Eye of Sauron or whatever it is. But anyway, it basically towers over the Kaaba. It distracts people from the Kaaba. We even watched what is it called, the Dean Squad? Yeah. We watched this music video by the Dean Squad, and pretty much the whole thing they were focusing on was the clock rather than the Kaaba. It was really sad. It's a horrible video as well. Anyway, now, you see this? You see that? That's the crane that fell. Oh. So while we were there, it was still there. Up here, you've got a lot of yellow cranes being prepared to pick up this crane. Okay? So it was still there while we were there. Can you see it back there? Can you see it? Yeah, so that's where it fell. Okay, there we go. That's a bit clearer. See, that's the actual, I think, what do you call it, tractor or whatever it was, the base of it, holding there. That flipped. and that's over here, and then it fell down over there. Okay, so this was the first time we got to saw the Kaaba. That's again the Jai Tower. Okay, so this is the door of the Kaaba. We managed to get really close, alhamdulillah. I touched it a few times. That's my dad touching the Kaaba for the first time next to the door. He didn't like this picture because he realized finally how big his bald spot was. This is on top of Safa, the mountains that you go up and back from. I was on the top layer looking down. So this is where you don't actually get to touch the mountain. You might have seen a video of some psycho guy trying to break the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the glass, obviously, and yeah, that's the mountain. It actually looks fake, that mountain, I'll be honest with you. It looks like plastic.
Probably is.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is, but yeah, which is probably why they fenced it off. It doesn't look real. But anyway, that's the representation, at least, of Safa. Okay? I was hoping Muhammad Ali would be here, because this is, he wanted evidence that he can do housework. So this is him washing his clothes. Okay, pizza. Back to food. This was Domino's. I'm going to skip I'm not going to talk too much about the food. Okay, Kaaba. So this is my beard. This is probably the feature of the photo. My beard. I was really happy with that. And Eddie was a bit tired over here. But that was the closest that we got to pray. This is actually where we prayed our Fajr prayers. So it was pretty close, alhamdulillah. And we took a few pictures. It's me with the Dajjal Tower and the Kaaba. And yeah, so look, this is on the way to the Kaaba. You can see it's all construction. It's really sad. And now they've built this thing in here, which is temporary, so people can do tawaf. If you're in there, that section is really nice because you get to look at the Kaaba from up close, up high. But most of the people don't even get to get in there. And so, you know, no matter what level you're on, you've got a block from seeing the Kaaba. So it's really not nice. So that's me. So yeah, that's what it looks like. So you can enter from there and you do tawaf. Yeah. That was a bit of a bigger view. So up there you got the nice view of the cranes, the Kaaba, and yeah.
That's nice.
That's me. Now I wore this t-shirt. Probably not a good idea. Probably not a good idea. So basically that's my friend designed this t-shirt. So it's the Kaaba in the middle and around it says Ali. I didn't think about the consequences of wearing this t-shirt, but I enjoyed it while I could take pictures. But you know, I ended up walking around with my bag on top of my chest most of the time. You know, I went to ask a guy how to get into the top level, and he started, you know, we were cool, we were making jokes and stuff, and then all of a sudden he saw my t-shirt, and things changed a little bit. He started, you know, checking my bag, you know, what's in your bag, and trying to find something like a dua book to throw out, or something to hold me back, but yeah. So this group actually, one of the guys that passed away in the stampede was the person who won the Quran recitation competition in Malaysia. He's from Iran. Now this group, who he was from and he was there, would sit there and read Quran. The most beautiful Quran you'll hear recited. And it's not just that guy who won the competition in Malaysia. There were all of them. There was about 4 or 5 guys that would recite Quran. Beautiful, beautiful. People would just stand there and watch and sit there. Unfortunately, when people you can tell that they're not, you know, they're Shia. You can basically tell that they're Shia. This guy back here caused them a bit of trouble. And he would come, what he did is, while they were reciting, he would come in front of every single person and take a picture with his phone of every single person. We saw this happen. He'd take a picture of every single person, and then he went and stood behind in a very provocative manner. It basically was just trying to provoke them. He was from actually a different Hamida. He wasn't even part of the police or anything, but he just wanted to cause a bit of trouble. And so a lot of people stood there, police came, told him to go away, which was good. But the point is even if you're reciting Quran, if they know that you're doing something good, sometimes they still want to cause you a bit of trouble. And that guy, we got to see him there. He recited Quran. We later found out he was one of the people that passed away, unfortunately. So it was very sad. They also recited the 99 names of Allah in the, you know, the tone of Sami Yusuf's nasheed of Asma Allah. It was beautiful, really nice. So yeah, that was that. We finally get to go. We found a way to get into that, that middle part, the inside part of the temporary hire places. So I got to take a few pictures up there. It was really nice to be up there and pray the Fajr up there. That's me, Muhammad Ali. That's with my famous T-shirt right there. I managed to take a few 3D shots, so it looks really nice up there. You can see up here, you got a nice view, and then yeah, you got the people down there. It was packed. It was packed out. This is when they started lining up for prayers. So you can see they're starting to line up. See, this is them lining up for prayers. So what happens is 1 hour before Fajr, there's a fake adhan. And that's when people start, slowing down their tawaf and start lining up for prayers. Eventually people, closer, it starts filling up with them praying, lining up for prayers until it comes out. And that's Hijr Ismail in there, that gets emptied out. That's Rukn al-Yamani, the place where Imam Ali was born. Back there, it's the black stone, that back corner. As soon as Fajr finished, the people that were praying, as soon as they say, Assalamu alaikum, they do the right turn, the left turn, they quickly jump up to try to touch the black stone. And it's like a mosh pit, like they don't care what happens as long as they get to touch the black stone. Yeah, more pizza. This was the Pizza Inn. I really like this one, thick crust. Okay, this was Arafat. This is where all your sins are forgiven. This is where you listen to Dua Arafat, one of the best du'as I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, this is what you sleep. That's a big tent, right? This is air conditioned. There's about 4 air conditioners. 60% of the time they're working, 40% they don't work. And when it's working, life's great. When they're not working, life's hell. And there's no difference being outside or inside. Keep in mind it's about 45 degrees there. And you're not allowed, for example, to put deodorant or perfume. You can't wear underwear or anything like that. So it's not the best time. But alhamdulillah, everybody stunk, so you can't really smell it. Yeah, subhanallah. This is Abu Layth here. So that's Muhammad Ali. That's me and my dad. This is the epicness, the climax of the epicness of my hair. I hadn't cut it for 2 months, my hair or my beard. So yeah, alhamdulillah, I was very happy to actually cut it because it was getting too much. Some of you guys know these people, Abu Hassan and Joanna, Mustafa and Abu Ibrahim. This is when we were doing taqsir, that we were about to cut our hairs. Mustafa wanted a before and after shot. He had already cut his hair there. This is Bina, this is where all the tents are. My dad. This was the second part. So the way that we do tawaf with women in a group, all the women gather in the middle and then the men on the outsides. So they line up on the outside. So basically it's like a tank going through, which is pretty effective but very hard on the men. The women have it pretty easy. This is the Mina as well. So another thing about the Arab mentality and culture is apparently we don't understand what rubbish bins are. Be it in during Hajj or not during Hajj, and I'm generalizing obviously, not everyone's like this, but even in the hotel room, if somebody opens a can, the top part that you peel off, they'll chuck it in the hotel corridor, or somebody had a tea bag, they made tea, they just dropped it on the stairs. It's a bit sad to see. I wonder how Hajj would be if it was done by different cultures, but anyway, it's hard to maintain, I can imagine, especially for a government, but the places stink. They absolutely stink. And when you're in ihram, one of the laws while you're in ihram is if you smell a whiff of something that you don't like, be it rubbish or a fart or any BO, you're not allowed to close your nose. You have to embrace the essence. and
Bask in the ambience.
Bask in the ambience, yes. You must enjoy it. Whereas perfume you're not allowed to put on. So, yeah, that was interesting. This is just one instance of you're walking down the street and that's beside you. This is on our way to Jamarat where we stone the devil, and this is the wall that they've extended. It used to be just this area, but they've extended it depending on your marja. Some say you can hit it anywhere, some say you have to hit it within this area. And it's hard because if you go in, you can't really get in there. You have to push your way through, and it's like a wrestling match. Women have it really tough, and if you do get in there, then you're getting pelted with rocks from the back because
Why is
people
that?
have bad aim. Sorry?
Why is that?
Why is what?
I mean,
People try to throw it over the top of you.
I mean, why is it? I mean, when we went last year, it was
Yeah.
so easy.
I don't know, maybe you went at good times. We went, this is the big one. There's three, there's the small, medium and big. The big one was a nightmare. This was on the way out from Mina, Osama al-Attar. You know Osama al-Attar?
Yeah.
On the way out, at 12 o'clock on a particular day, all the Shias finish Hajj. The other schools, they might continue on, but all the Shias finish Hajj at one particular time. And when you leave, it's really nice. This is the most you feel comfortable in Hajj, because they're all leaving at one time, and you got Osama al-Attar reading, you know, slogans and chants, which are very Shia, and it's really nice. That's all of us like celebrating and dancing and stuff. This is the masjid. This is the mountain. Okay, I don't think I'll have time for the videos. I'm almost finished the pictures. So that was the mountain of Jabal Nur, where the Prophet received revelation. That's the actual cave. That's the cave. In there, it's not deep, but in there people would try to get in there and pray 2 rakat in there. So there's a huge, you know, weight in there. So that's a few nice views. So that's the cave in there. Some of you guys might know this guy. Anyway, that says Jabal Nur al-Hira, the mountain of light, the cave of Hira, where the Prophet prayed. So that's day and that's night. We stay till Maghrib. That's the tower. So used to be when the Prophet was there, he would have a clear sight to see the Kaaba. So imagine how spiritual it would have been for him to be going up to that mountain, you know, receiving revelation and so on and so forth. This is where he used to go to meditate, to escape the mischiefs of Mecca and of the polytheists. Go here to meditate, and you have a clear sight of the Kaaba. Now, thank you to our kingdom in Saudi Arabia, it's cannibalized. And food. Thank you. Yeah, so I don't think we have time for videos. I don't want to drain it with. You're right, Planet. But yeah, so if I get another chance to share, I might. But yeah, that's pretty much a summary of my trip. I couldn't go into too much details aside from the pictures, so inshallah that was sufficient. And thank you for sharing that journey. Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد